Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Today I'm here to finally decorate our book together. We are finally going to decorate this book. So this is the 8x8 volume 3 tutorial. I will link it down below if you missed that video. Also, I did a little mini series and I work on some inserts to add into my book, so I am going to be incorporating those as we go. And so right now it's just a blank book full of fun elements here, and I'm going to start by cutting my design paper. I think today I'm going to start with the cover. So I am working with the Peaceful Heart collection. This is by Jen Hatfield, and I just love all the self-care elements on this collection here. So I'm going to pick a couple of these sheets that I want to use for the cover. Like, I'm really looking for this gold foil. Whoops, everything's coming out. So I'm going to use some of these gold foil and maybe these butterflies too. Just gonna pick some sheets and kind of play with that a little bit. And then of course I want a main focal title, and I think one of these will be really cute to have. We also have these sheets. Let's see, I'm just gonna take it all out and start getting some ideas together. I love that page as well, this one, because I love it. It's gonna give it a lot of color. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting these pieces. So my book is 8x8, so we're going to cut this at 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then I want to do some layers to this, so I'm going to use the butterflies, and this one I'm going to cut at 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. Okay, so now I'm going to glue the two pieces together. Okay, so I'm going to create a focal point here for the center. So I am going to be using this other pattern. I'm missing a lot of patterns, which is not something I normally do, but I'm all about trying something new. So I think I'm gonna cut these at 5. Let's do 5 by 7, maybe 5 by 6. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 by 6. Okay, and what I want to do here is create a little window. So I'm going to use my circle die, and I'm just going to cut these here. So I'm gonna bring my die cut, and we're just going to pass these through. So I'm going to make sure it's kind of at the center. I'm gonna put it a little bit higher up. Okay, so I have room to put a title there on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and stitch around the sides, and of course this is optional, but I think it gives it a really nice outline. So I'm gonna do that on the side and I'll be right back. So here is the piece. I went ahead and stitch all around, and I'm going to use my chipboard pieces. I always like to save my chipboard scraps, and I use these to add some dimension to my projects. Of course, you can always use some foam tape as well. And I'm just going to add a layer all around here, and I want to create like a 3D effect a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this one right there, and then I'm going to add 2 little ones here. Okay, and let's do one here as well. Okay, so now we have that. And this is also a great way to make a shaker. If you wanted to cover that up and do a shaker, of course you will have to make sure to connect all the pieces so nothing comes out, but I'm not planning on doing a shaker. So what I want to do is kind of have this little centerpiece, and I want to use the girl on this collection, so I'm gonna cut her out. Okay, so here is this piece, and I'm going to use this sheet here to add a background to my circle. But first I'm going to cut these to 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. Okay, so that's going to be for the back, so I'm going to save that on the side, and then I'm going to cut just a small section to kind of put on the background right here. That's what I want to do. And then I want the girl to kind of be sitting there as well. So I'm going to now just glue these pieces. Oops. So I'm gonna glue this one, I think here, and then this one, just gonna make sure I center this right. So if I put that here, I want the pink flower to show more, so somewhere like right there. Okay, so I'm going to add my glue, and this one I'm just going to glue flat on the page. Okay, and then we're going to add this one right there. Okay, so again, mixing patterns and just making this very playful. Okay, so now we're gonna glue this here. Okay, and I'm just going to press down, and then for the girl, we can put her kind of here. She's kind of like sitting on top of the world. That's what I'm going with this, and maybe we can put her right there. But I am going to add some chipboard. Let's see if I have any chipboard pieces. I had a little piece here somewhere. Oh, here it is. And so I'm going to just add some chipboard pieces. Okay, so just to add some volume, and let's see, maybe I'll do 2 layers. Okay, so one here, and then I'm going to use, this one. Okay, and I'm going to add 2 layers. Okay, so one more. And what I like about the chipboard is also not as thick as the foam tape, so you can kind of play with dimension a little bit. We added 1 layer here, and now I'm adding 2 layers, so this piece is going to stand out a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna glue that right there. And then for the quotes, I have some really cute ones. So this one says stay positive. This one I also love, but I think this one is too big. And then of course we have the quote that was here. There's also this other quote that I really like. It says, the world needs who you were made to be. So I think I might just use this one here. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, right there. Okay, so we can use either one of these, And okay, so I think I like the font, but I like the quote a little bit more, so I'm gonna go with that and add a little bit of that shiny cardstock. Okay, so let's do that, and then I'm going to cut this here. Okay, right. Okay, so now we have that, and then also I'm going to add a piece of chipboard here to add a little bit of volume. Okay, so right there, maybe higher. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that is going to be our cover. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so let me give you a close-up, and sometimes I do my covers and then I put them on the side until I'm ready to add them to the book, especially if they are very, like, has a lot of volume and stuff. But what I'm gonna do now is just go ahead and glue this down, since this one is, it's pretty flat. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that whole thing. Okay, so here we go. And of course, make sure you have the right side up here on your book. Okay, so here we go. Perfect. So we have our cover, and now I'm going to add this on the back. And then let's work on the spine. So I think I'm also going to add this piece. It's very shiny here for the spine. And so this is going to be 7 3/4 by 3 1/4. I think. Let's double check that. Yes. Okay, so that's gonna go here. And I do want to add another one of my quotes. Oh, and now I can use this one that I really love. I am just going to trim the sides just a little bit here. Okay, so that can go right there. And I'm trying to see if I want to add border. Oops. Just a little piece here. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down just a little bit more, and then we're going to add the layer. Okay, so just a tiny border piece, and cut this. Okay, and then put that there, and also add just a little bit of volume. And now I'm ready to glue this onto my spine. And so there you go. So here is the cover. I love how this turned out. I love the golds. I love the little elements. She is sitting on top of the world. Here's the spine and then the back. So I'm gonna stop the video here because I actually decorated the inside, but it's now too long, so I'm going to separate that into 2 videos. So you're gonna see that coming up real soon. And if you want to see the video tutorial for this book, I'm gonna link it down below. And also I do have a PDF cutting guide instruction on my website as well if you're interested in that. So I'll be back with the second part, and so I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.